So, I know this is pretty random, but some of you guys said you liked mountains, and it just snowed a bunch, so I figure might as well show you a picture. So, yeah, that is what it's looking like. I wish I could show you the actual cool mountains. That kind of looks cool, but unfortunately, I can't, because I live too far away, so, oh well. But, and then somebody built this, like, snow cave, which is pretty sweet. I used to do this when I was a kid all the time. It's kind of sketchy in here. And you can kind of see that there's light through it. So it might, like, collapse on me. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I should really be in here for much longer, but, yeah. This is the fun you can have in the snow. If you really like to. But, yeah. I'll catch you guys inside. Alright, we're back. So, obviously, as you can see, I haven't cut my hair. I still have it. And, I don't know, I've been going back and forth between, like, yes, I'm definitely gonna cut it. And I put a lot of thought into whether or not I want to cut it. And I've been really thinking about what cutting my hair entails, like, how I'll have to change my routine, and how I'll have to style my hair. So I'll have to shower every day and do my hair for sure. So that might keep me leaving my hair longer for a longer period of time, but I'm not entirely sure. So just keep you guys on the edges of your seats until whenever I decide to cut it. But don't worry, once I cut my hair, I will definitely still be in the community. I'll still be posting videos, probably about whatever hairstyle I have at the time, and I'll still be commenting on your videos and watching your videos, so yeah, I won't disappear. So, for the past few months, my legs had been swelling a bunch, and so I was freaking out about it. I was like, what the heck is wrong with my body? And so, I tried all these things, and I wasn't sure what was happening, and I promise there's a point to this. I realized that apparently water would help, and so I started drinking a bunch more water, and I feel like that's helped my hair grow a little bit quickly. A little bit faster than it would have if I had not. And I've been trying to work out more and drink more water, which I know I've said that in past videos, but I really do feel like that helps. A lot of the time I don't get the proper nutrition, and I guess I was dehydrated apparently, causing my legs to swell. So, yeah, just try to keep up general health. It's kind of an interesting thing that having long hair would actually make me more healthy of a person, but whatever does that, it's definitely a good thing, so, yeah. So this is just a random question. Is anybody still doing the oil treatment? I stopped, like, a long time ago because I'm lazy, I guess. But I want to know if, like, any of you guys have continued and if it's worked for you, if you've seen a difference. Because that would be awesome to see if it actually, like, legitimately works. Because, like, you saw these videos on YouTube, and I don't know, you just don't know for sure. Especially those ones that say, like, your hair's grown, like, well, like, how to get your hair to grow, like, an inch in a day, which is obviously impossible. And yet those videos have, like, millions of views, somehow. I might be guilty of watching those. So, apparently, coconut oil is supposed to reverse gray hair, or at least make you not grow gray early, which is kind of awesome. I think that's the only oil that I know of, at least that they said specifically does that. But, I mean, oils are definitely good for your scalp. They benefit you in a lot of ways. I think oils are good for pretty much your entire body and various different things. That's why, like, there's, like, companies just devoted to oils. So it makes sense if they'd be good for hair growth or whatever else. They're not losing hair. But, yeah. And then speaking of oils, if any of you guys are having, like, damaged hair, like, really struggling with hair being tangled or being dry or whatever else, I know a stylist, and she's been doing hair for probably, like, almost 30 years, not quite, but I mean, she's dealt with tons of products and lots of oils, and she found this oil called Macadamia Healing Oil, and it's supposed to actually heal your hair. I know most people say that, like, there aren't products that actually can improve the quality of your hair, like, permanently, but this oil supposedly does that. Sorry, my computer's turning off. But yeah, so I'll put a link in the description so you can see this oil, and I think it's about, the one that I found and is on the description, it costs about $18, and I might have to change the description in the future. Besides this stuff, what I kind of wanted to talk today was about hair loss and what your options are, kind of. So one of the things that's probably like the most common that you hear of a lot is Rogaine, or things with minoxidil in it, which Rogaine has and a lot of other products. Some are actually called minoxidil, but basically minoxidil has the ability to increase the blood flow in your scalp, and so that is supposedly supposed to help your hair follicles revive and start growing hair again. And I guess it works a little bit, and I've heard some people have had good results with it, but I honestly don't know. So if any of you have had good results with that, let me know. Same thing with like everything I'm going to talk about today. Let me know if any of you have had, gosh, I feel like I'm going through puberty all over again. If any of you guys have had any good luck with that, I'd like to know. What else was there? Yeah, there's Finasteride. So Finasteride is a pill for the prostate, and supposedly it's supposed to block DHT, which is a type of testosterone that is produced, but that is usually the cause of hair loss. It usually builds up in your follicles and kind of squishes out, not squishes out, but like blocks the hair from coming through, and eventually the hair stops growing and it dies. So because Finasteride is supposed to block DHT, it is said that it should allow for more hair to grow, or for you to stop losing hair. Supposedly it's more effective in the crown area, not necessarily as effective in this area, but yeah, it is an option. The only unfortunate thing about Finasteride is the sexual side effects, which if any of you have looked it up, you probably know what those are. So I'm not necessarily going to go into detail, but that's definitely been a worry. I did find this video of a doctor explaining how those side effects aren't necessarily as bad as they seem, and like the people who have had the side effects already had problems before. So I'll put the link in the description, which I probably already said, and he gives you a few references so you can contact him to just see if Finasteride was actually okay for you. So yeah, pretty nice of the guy. But that is an option. Another one that's an option is laser combs. Kind of seems not as legit as some of the other things, but I mean, I have seen some videos online where people have used them consistently for like a year or whatever, or 6 months, and it did improve their hair amount, or like the hair density on their head, which is pretty cool. It definitely is something that would require a commitment to do like every day consistently for like anywhere from like 5 to 10, maybe 20 minutes. So definitely a time commitment, but if hair is worth it, then that's another option. Another one I saw, this would be for people who shave their head on a pretty consistent basis to at least like a 1 or maybe even shorter. But if you literally have no hair on the top of your head, even if you shave your head, you're still going to notice that you only have hair on the sides of your head. And so what these people will do, they will do, it's something called micropigmentation, and they'll tattoo every single hair follicle on your head. So like they can, like here's an example in this picture right here. If you look at the picture of the guy on the left, that's what he looks like with his normal hairline. But then on the right, you can see that after doing the micropigmentation, he actually has like a legitimate hairline and hair on top of his head. At least it looks like. And I think it looks really good, and it looks honestly younger, and it does look better. Even though he doesn't actually have hair, and he basically shaves it, it still makes a difference. And that was something I was listening to on YouTube. This guy was like, even if I shave my head, it'll still look like I don't have hair, and I don't want that. So yeah, for those of you who do shave your head, that's an option. Another thing I wanted to talk about is wigs. And I know they have like a connotation of not being cool, but they definitely are an option. And with the technology that we have now, and with how long they've been making wigs, they've been able to perfect it pretty well. And honestly, most people would never even notice. Like, there's people that have come into my salon, and like they're these old ladies, and they'll come in and then they'll just take off their hair and it's like, all right, I want my haircut. And I'm like, oh, I was not expecting that. And sometimes you really can't tell. And so they do a really good job making good wigs nowadays. There's this guy I knew, and for 10 years he'd worn a wig. I never knew. And then one day I saw him and he had no hair, and I was like, what the heck? Like, where did it go? And it had been because he'd been wearing a wig for so many years. So don't underestimate the power of wigs if you really want hair. Another one, and this is kind of along the lines of wigs, but it's kind of an awesome idea. It's really weird. So what they'll do, it's for people who usually don't have hair on the top of their heads. They will like literally just shave everything in this area, and then they'll squish like this jelly thing filled with hair on top of your scalp. And the awesome thing is, like, you cannot tell it's on there. And you can, like, when you look, like, if you were to go through the hair like this, because the jelly is, like, very clear, you can see your scalp through the jelly. And you can't see that the jelly is there. So it totally looks real, it would feel real. And they're able to, like, pick a hair color that's, like, the same as yours. And, it looks legit. You can basically, I think the longest that I heard you can leave it on is for like 6 months. So that is an option. It's hair that you can style. I don't know if you could like really like tug on it a bunch, but it definitely would stay on better than a wig, like, because they put an adhesive on and then they like really push it on your head. But I'll put a video in the description, or a link to a video in the description, so you can see how it's done and see how you honestly can't tell. So that is another option. Last but not least is the website called Bald R Us. And this website helps you come to terms with being bald. So, yeah. Just kidding. I think I'd probably have to do that website because I'm one of those people who just would never come to terms with it. So, even though I'm totally joking about it, it might actually be helpful. I don't know. But yeah. So, let me know in the comments if any of you guys have tried anything to help with your baldness and if it's worked, or if you want to like correct me on some of the stuff that I talked about, because I definitely don't know everything, and that was just some general ideas that I threw out there. And yeah, we will catch you possibly in a month, maybe sooner. I'll definitely show a video of me cutting my hair if I do it. So, yeah. You guys have a good month, and we'll see you soon. I can't believe it. I almost forgot the Zach Shake. It's like the most important thing. It's what you guys all come to see. So first I'll do a length check, so you guys can see. So my bangs are down to however far that is. And then that's what it looks like from the side. That's what it looks like from the other side. Honestly, at this point, it basically looks the same on both sides. And then here's the back.